protect Russia. No one thought, this time Saudi Arabia, a major player in the Middle East, to be so tough internationally. Shouldn't know. How long has the Russian-Ukrainian war been going on? Almost 3 years, indefinitely. But there are all kinds of military equipment. European and American countries have searched for a lot of it. Wars used to be so expensive. He can't do much of this for nothing. You have a little money. At least make hard money. Right, but now you go to Ukraine and ask for money. Ask Zelensky to reimburse. That must be hopeless. Can't come up with the money. Therefore, the Western camp led by the GG eyes on Russia. Up to 300 billion in frozen assets overseas. The US proposal is that our brothers directly confiscate it. Take it for yourself. The GG countries each carve up this overseas asset. Everyone here knows Russia is a major energy exporter. Their oil. In the early years, natural gas could be said to be sold all over the world. So what about selling oil at the same time? They also often invest in some local ports. The talks are building some energy pipelines. That makes sense. Fair enough. Right, and there was a war. Europe and the United States will announce it. I have frozen your assets for you. Unilateral seizure on the grounds of sanctions. That's right, this deduction has been deducted for almost 10 years. Whether it's port, terminal real estate, or bonds and foreign exchange financial products. Russia can now see but can't move. And this money you let the United States withhold. Do you think America's heart itches super itchy according to CCTV News? And the joint coverage of multiple media such as the Financial Union. The United States was at the end of last year and in May this year. Repeated suggestions. Want to confiscate this asset. But this time, Saudi Arabia has spoken out. Note that I'm not making this up. Yes, but the American media's own reporting. Saudi Arabia has hinted. If the GG really wants to confiscate Russia, the 300 billion in frozen assets. So, the Saudis will sell their Eurobonds. Short Europe. Why do it? Why stand up for others? Because Saudi Arabia understands a truth. It's called lip and tooth cold. Now the West can justify it. Confiscation of Russian money. Directly rob their overseas reserves. Then find any excuse in the future. Pick an oil headout. You can also eat Saudi Arabia's overseas assets. It's entirely possible. What about Saudi Arabia as the world's largest crude oil exporter? In the hands of their central bank. What you currently have. It is a huge foreign exchange reserve of 445 billion. And Saudi Arabia is a major commodity in the Middle East. Compared to Russia, they are more eager to invest overseas. I like to spread my money all over the world. If you don't believe me, see. As of now, their sovereign wealth fund. Global investment is only close to 8 trillion. Ranked 5th in the world. If this money will be the same as Russia in the future, if frozen and detained, then the loss will be staggering. So now Saudi Arabia stepped up. They are not just protecting Russia. They are also speaking for their future selves. Advise Europe and the United States to dispel their thoughts. Actually, the story goes back to now. I don't know if you noticed. From 2018, the trade conflict between China and the United States has begun. In recent years, the global financial order, the commercial order, the international rules, has been gradually on the verge of collapse. In the past, when the global economy was booming and growing, we all like to put benevolence and morality, free trade and business environment are on the rise. And now when the world economy, trapped in a contradictory and tumultuous phase, developed countries also, when it's hard to protect yourself, the West began to reluctantly start breaking the rules you set with your own hands.